Hi, let's talk about money. So, what do you know about money? And what do you want to know about money? Money is a subject on its own, and we can spend 1 year to talk about money without getting tired. Money spans into so many aspects. It spans into leadership, it spans into management, it spans into um, resourcefulness, it spans into credit subjects. So you can see money, understanding of money cuts across several fields that needs to come together for you to achieve your objective about how you want to see money. Let's look at it this way. You have a jar, and the jar that you have has a water in it. When you pour the water away, you have an empty jar. When you fill the jar, you have, of course, water in the jar. When you pour the water away, you have an empty jar. So the jar is the human being, and the water in it is the money. So when you fill the jar, it means you've received some funds. And when you pour the water away, it means we wasted all the water away. So in this case, how can you manage the water in the jar when you have the opportunity to handle a jar with the water? Are you going to pour all the water away? And you are giving specific instructions to make sure that you utilize this water as efficient as possible. So you have to use that water, let's say, to clean your face. You have to drink part of the water. You have to use the water to clean maybe your dirty shoes. You have to use the water to clean or let me see, you have to use the same water to wash your clothes. So in that case, how are you going to manage your water to make sure that all these things are achieved? That is what they call money management. Let's say, for example, you are a salary earner and you receive, let's say, 2,000 every month. Let's put it that way. And the 2,000 that you received every month, you take out the necessary payments out that you can't do without, that you have to pay. Without paying those things, you might face difficulties, challenges. So that's what they call essential things. So let's say, for example, what comes to your mind first is your rent, isn't it? Yeah, your rent comes first in your mind when you live in the Western world. But when you live in Africa, we normally pay per year, sometimes 2 years. So it's different. But when you live in the Western world, like for example, where I live at the moment, the United Kingdom, United States, Canada, Germany, the European countries, you pay on monthly basis. And because you pay on monthly basis, you need to make sure that you have the funds to pay. And if you don't pay, the landlord will evict you. It's as simple as that. So that has become an item of necessity. When you fail to pay your utility, what will happen? Of course, you have bills coming in. You'll be chased by the water company. You'll be chased by the gas electric company, and you have to pay. If you don't pay, what they will do, sometimes they don't cut you off, but you'll be faced with legal challenges. And that's not what you want to go through. And I'll come to the credit aspect, the credit rating aspect as well. That's your credit records, how it affects your credit records when you have all these legal challenges. So you need to understand that you need to understand what things of necessity are, the items of necessity. You need to list them down. And the first on the table is your rent. Second is your utilities. Third, what is the third thing that you need to pay in order not to face any challenges, any illegal proceedings carried against you? When we look at it, your groceries, you need to eat. Isn't it? You need to eat. You need to eat food. Food is important. You need to eat. And to eat, you need to spend. So how do you spend your money on food? How do you manage, the purchase of your food stuff? How do you manage? Be it groceries, be it agri-foods. How do you manage? How do you manage your agro-based foods? How do you manage your cereals? How do you manage the purchase of all these items? How do you manage it? What do you buy? How do you buy it? These are the subjects that we will cover. For you to know how to save money when it comes to that area, we'll talk about how to save money when it comes to your the purchase of your food stuff, what you eat. Some people, they don't know. They just go for it. They just pay, buy. Oh, I need this, they'll just buy. Oh, they saw this one, they just buy. But sometimes you can save a lot of money on your food purchase. But some people, they don't have any experience. They don't want to even know. They just spend. And that is one of your downfall when it comes to money management. But it's an essential item, so we add it. Also, what other essential items that we say, okay, this is item of necessity that you need to buy? When I look at it, I'll say your internet. Yes. Internet too, you can't do without your internet. But some people, they don't know how to manage these things. They have broadband at home, and then they'll go for a contract that they'll be spending a lot of money on. That's another financial mistake. But let's just add it that it's an item that we can't do without. That's internet. What else? What else? I would say necessity, not just anyhow purchase. Necessity, things that are of necessity, things that you need, things that you can't do without, things that you need to pay, or else somebody will be on your neck. These are the things of necessity in the layman's language. So you get what I mean? So these are the things that you need to look into. You need to understand these things. When you understand it, it will help you. That first aspect, things of necessity. What do you know about things of necessity? How do you understand things of necessity? That is what my topic is all about today. Because money management is a broad subject. It spans across so many activities that comes together to make you a very efficient money manager. You get it? So I'm pressing on things of necessity. That's where people get it wrong. They don't understand what that is. They don't know. And in the end, when they check their pocket, their pocket is empty. They don't have money. Nothing to show for. And then they'll be repeating that on a monthly basis. Things of necessity. Now we've listed the rent, the utilities, the groceries, of course, internet. Very important. So you look at your home. You look at your home. What is necessary? Things of necessity that I can pinpoint at and I say, this I can't do without. This I need to spend money on a monthly basis. What? You need to look around, understand that, list them out. Don't list anything apart from the things of necessity. What's my say? Don't list anything apart from things of necessity. Don't say, oh, I need my shoe that I normally get some shoes from where Katamanto, and it's part of my things of necessity. Oh, I have a certain boutique that I always patronize them on a monthly basis. So it's things of, they are not things of necessity, and that's where you get it wrong. Nobody said you should wear dirty clothes. At least look at the clothes I'm wearing. At least it's presentable. So it's not that what I'm trying to say is you don't need to buy things to wear. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying don't buy clothes to wear. I'm not saying don't buy designer clothes to wear. I'm not saying don't buy designer shirts to wear. But there's a ways and means to go to do that. There's a ways and means to do that. That can save you a lot of money. We will come to that. Today is about things of necessity. Think about it. What you can't do without. What when you try to dodge, there will be people on your neck chasing you to get their money. Things that if you don't do, it will affect you one way or the other. Things that you don't pay, it will affect you one way or the other. Those are the things of necessity. You need to understand things of necessity. Now maybe you have a parent, and your parents they are old. They are not working. It's not that they save some money for their pension or for their old age. They don't have. They don't have a pension in place when they were young, when they were working. They don't even know what pension is. They didn't do because they were traders in a way, and they didn't save any money. So in that case, it will become a burden on you to take care of them. So you can count that too as things of necessity. You can't dodge that. You can count that as things of necessity. So you think about things of necessity. Maybe you have a brother or you have a sibling that in your heart you want to train them, you want them to become better, you want them to have you want them to get educated, you want them to get to a level that could help them in life, and you have a budget for it, it becomes a thing of necessity. You know what I mean? It becomes a thing of necessity. It's something that you can't do without, and you have to do it. But there's a way of doing it, but it's a thing of necessity. Things of necessity. Cutting your hair is not a thing of necessity. Buying a nice designer is not a thing of necessity. Buying a nice footwear is not a thing of necessity. So you need to understand what a thing of necessity is. An item of necessity. Buying a big TV is not a thing of necessity. Buying a fine laptop is not a thing of necessity. Buying a nice bag is not a thing of necessity. Cutting the grass in your house is not a thing of necessity. That's hiring someone to cut your grass for you. It's not a thing of necessity. Are you getting me? Buying toys for your children, it's not a thing of necessity. Buying unnecessary things for your children is not a thing of necessity. Giving your children good education is a thing of necessity. Are you getting me? So we have things of necessity. Giving your children good education is a thing of necessity, but there's a way to do that. To save you money. I'll tell you a story, and maybe that story I'll tell you later, about how two people living in the same house, one person went to the best schools that you can think of in Nigeria, and the other person just went to a public secondary school where he was paying less than 10,000 pounds, 10,000 naira. However, the person that was disregarded and was sent to that public school became better than the person that went to the private school that we call, in quote, good education. It's not about the school, it's about the mindset and favor from God. It's about how you approach things. It's about how you present things to people. It's about if you are likable or not. And this comes with its financial benefits and its financial implications. And that's part of things of necessity. In the sense that if you are likable and you make money out of the way you are liked, and you spend money out of the way you are liked by people, in that case, that item that you spend money on, that makes people to see you and like you, that makes people to see you as a person of value, is a thing of necessity. For example, education, furthering your education, going for courses that will help you in your career, in your business, that will help you. It becomes a thing of necessity. So today is all about things of necessity. You need to get it. And when you get it, it will help you to manage the funds that comes in. It will help you to manage the funds that come in. But if you don't understand things of necessity, you will always be bankrupt. You will always be bankrupt. And even if you are not bankrupt, you won't have any money at all on a monthly basis, because you spend everything. You go back to zero. You get it. You spend. Just like the way I said, you have a jar filled with water. The jar is a human being. The water in it is the money. And how to manage that water, to drink out of it, to use it to brush your teeth, to use it to bath, is all in your mindset. You see some people, you see them, you can see, you just look down on them. These people, what are they doing? They don't have anything below my class. But when you go and check it properly, maybe they are better off than you. It's because you spend your money on unnecessary things, which makes you feel special. However, the person that is managing his resources or her resources, they know they cut their coat according to their sizes. And because of that, they will acquire assets which will bring about the financial freedom that we are talking about. So if you don't understand things of necessity, you will spend all your money. You first need to understand the meaning of things of necessity. Stick with it on a monthly basis. It's difficult. The way I'm saying it, it looks easy, but it's difficult. It's challenging to do that. But when you have a positive mindset and you know where you are going, you have a foresight, you know where you are going, you know what you want to achieve by a certain age, you need to understand things of necessity first, because everything that you do, it boils down to the things of necessity. It's not anything. It's not a rocket science. It's something that you need to just know by heart. Things that you need to put your mind on. Things that you need to concentrate deeply into it. If you don't do that, your account will be zero every month. So you get it. So first, you understand the things of necessity, and I've listed some. I said, the first thing that comes to you, unless you live in Africa is a different methodology. But when you live in the Western world, where we pay rent on monthly basis, what comes to your mind first is rent. Secondly, your utility. Because without paying your utility, it leads to so many other challenges, which I'll talk about in my next video. Again, your groceries, you can't do without food. You need to eat. Your internet. We are living in a digital age now, and you need to have internet. So it's essential. It's a thing of necessity. You need to have it. If you had old parents and they don't have any pension, you need to take care of them. You need to give them some monthly allowance. Things of necessity, yes. If you have children, whenever you have a child, you need to give them good education. So it will become a thing of necessity. But it's a way of going around this. Do you get it? These are the things you look at. These are things of necessity. And in accordance with your circumstances, you might face some challenges. Maybe you have a brother who has a child, and your brother is struggling, but you want to see your nephew getting to a certain level, and you want to help your nephew to get to that level. It has become a thing of necessity. You have a brother, and you need to help your brother to attain certain achievements in life, and you want to help him to attain it. It's a thing of necessity. And I've been through it, so I see it as a thing of necessity. Because I've faced it before as a person, and I'm in a position to help someone, and I'm doing it, so I see it as a thing of necessity. Because I can pass through that difficulties, and then I see my family member who is struggling to get to that level, and just, put a blind eye to it. No, I need to come in. So I add it to my thing of necessity. You might not have that, so you remove it as a thing of necessity. Do you get it? Helping other people is not part of those items that I've listed. That's not a thing of necessity. It belongs to a special category that we'll talk about later for you to understand that. But now I'm talking about things of necessity. As a human being, where you sit, the money, the cash outflow that needs to go out, what you need to consider first is what I'm talking about. Are you getting me? I believe you are getting me. If you've not thought about these things, think about them carefully. Now, the monetary factor will come into it, but that I'll do in my next video. But I just want to help you to understand what an item of necessity is. If you understand it properly and you absorb it and digest it, you understand the process when we finish talking about money management. I can't do 1 hour video on this. I can't do 30 minutes video on this. I can't do 24 hours video on this. No, I can't do it. It's a whole year subject, money management. But I'm trying to summarize it. But I want you to digest it, understand it, and practice it. When you practice it, it will make you better than just what you need to consider when you want to manage money. You just need to consider this. No. When you do it like that, you're not helping people. That's what I'm trying to break it down. I'm trying to enforce it. I want you to digest it. Get it right. And when you get it right, you will see that money management is very easy to attain. It's very easy to practice. But due to environmental pressure, peer pressure, makes us take certain decisions that makes us poor in life. You were not born to be poor. Nobody was born to be poor. It's our mindset that makes us poor. If we were born to be poor, therefore we will say people that came from a poor background, they're supposed to continue to be poor, isn't it? Yes, that's the norm. If that's the norm, they're supposed to be poor because they came from a poor background. They don't have any opportunities. So it will continue. The trend will continue. But it's not like that. As I started this video, I mentioned being likable is part of it. The likability of that person comes with its financial benefit and financial implications. The financial implication is connected to the cost, and the financial benefit connected to the funds that come in. So you get it. So when you work it this way, you understand that there's no human being on this earth that was born to be poor. No. It's our mindset that leads us to that direction. You see these fingers, they can never be the same. These fingers, they can never be the same. And there's a reason why they are not the same. You see why they are not the same? See this level? But there are levels. This person here has something. That person here has something. That person here, the highest person with the highest riches in the world, has something. The person here has something. The person here has something. We all have something. You see? So nobody was born to be poor. It's just that we have levels of comfortability. Levels of comfortability. If you are here, you can work your money out efficiently and effectively to be here. And if you are here, you can work, you can manage your funds to be here. If you are here and you don't manage your resources, your financial resources very well, you drop here to this level. So that is how life is. Nobody was born to be poor. It's all about the mindset. So the category of people that I belong to are those that got educated and they are making money out of the education that they've attained. We have some people, they didn't have the opportunity to go to school. So their own case is different. And God being so good, God has designed this world in a way that they also get to the top if they put things right. Those that were born in riches, if they manage their resources very well, they stay there. And others who refuse to manage their resources very well, they drop. To this level. So that's how it is. Item of necessity, that's the topic for today. And I believe I've been able to enforce it. I've been able to push it to you, force it on you to start thinking about it. You need to understand it, very digest it, understand it. That's where people always go wrong. And that's the initial process of understanding money management. If you can understand this and get it out of the way, you've done roughly about 60% of the job. Understand it. It's very important to understand it. So I'll leave it here. In my next video, we are going to continue. We'll summarize this in our next video and move to the next level in money management. It's all about what you can save in the end. And this will accumulate to become a capital for you, which you can reinvest to increase that capital and continue accumulating your resources. Whilst you have other income coming in that will start the process again, and that will add to it, and it will continue in that trend. But first, you need to understand the item of necessity, things of necessity. It's very, very, very important. And this is where people miss it. See you in my next video. Thank you for listening. Bye.